Hey champs, I hope you're having a great time today as I am, and if you're not, I'm going to try to make it a little bit better. My name is Nick and today we are going to discuss about the things that will start to happen when you discover your hidden inner power. There are bazillion things that block our hidden inner power every day. Our mind is hoarding with information that are mostly unuseful. How many things you know that will never be of any importance or topic of discussion in your life? What Lady Gaga bought or what Kanye West said on the talk show will never truly help you on personal and professional level, right? If we go back to childhood education, we were mostly taught how to obey and listen. We were not taught to develop our critical thinking as the most powerful tool to use later on in life. At least this was the case for my education. Our ability to do incredible things is always here, but it takes time to develop. The hidden power that we possess is always there in us. But the problem today is not that we need to dig deep and find it. We need to block most of the things that are not valuable to us. For example, what Lady Gaga bought will never be of any value to you. The bigger problem we have now is that we obsess with trivial things that will never be of any value to us, like what Lady Gaga bought. Instead of you watching this entire video, smashing that like button and subscribing on my YouTube channel. We would rather watch something that will never be of any use to us, like funny cats and dog videos, than watch 3-hour long video of how to start an online business and do all the steps necessary. You see, we either run away from fear or chase pleasure. That's the basis of it. But many things consist of you getting over fear in order to get the pleasure. For example, if you want to be a successful motivational speaker, public speaking is a fear you need to face, right? Your habit of gaining weight consists of you getting the pleasure by eating too much carbs and chocolate. To lose the extra weight, you have to go through hardship and painful cravings to feel better, have more energy, and be more attractive. For most of the things, it's about the journey. The painful journey that will give you long-term pleasure, satisfaction, and spiritual fulfillment. So here are the 5 things that will start to happen when you discover your hidden inner power. Number 1, you learn to face your fears even if they terrify you. Fear can be the biggest crippling factor in everything that you want to achieve. Let's take the previous example. If you want to be a motivational speaker, you will have to face the fear of getting up on that stage and start speaking. What if I stutter? Or what if I blow it all up? What if they laugh at me? What if they think what I say doesn't make sense? You will ask yourself these questions for sure. I can almost guarantee you that 100%. But facing your fear is going against what makes you scared and doing it anyway. In the beginning, you may have dry lips, you may stutter, you may even twist some of the material. But you doing that is making one step closer to being a successful motivational speaker. The joy of you becoming one will make you forget all the things you had to overcome. This in turn will give you long-term satisfaction, happiness, and fulfillment. This can be for any fear that you may have. It doesn't necessarily have to be for public speaking. You may fear talking to a woman or a man. Either way, you must go against your fear at all costs. That's how we take our hidden power out and let it shine with the whole world. Before we continue with the second, you will do me a huge favor by smashing that like button and subscribing on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for doing that. Now let's continue with the second. Number 2, you become grateful even for the little things. I just read an article about the 35 life lessons from a 100-year-old. And one of them was, and I quote them, "The little things are the only things that matter eventually." Life is not a finish line. Life is a journey. We spoke about this in the previous video that you popped right above my head. Let's explain what's the finish line. The red race we all chase endlessly. Now you probably want financial freedom or simply be happy in a relationship. This is probably your finish line. Something you want to feel and have in the future. Now, if you want financial freedom, you will have to find a job that will cover all your personal and financial expenses for you to live comfortably. But the finish line is not going to make you happy. That's the trick. Your journey on your way to the finish line will. You going to work and listening to great podcasts is part of your journey to financial freedom. The thoughts you have while you do that next project is also part of your financial freedom. Every simple thing that you do is part of you becoming financially free. If you don't enjoy most of it and find it fulfilling, you're going to suffer through all the things that you want to achieve. Just take a few minutes to conceptualize what you do through the entire day. If your day is filled with things that burden you over an extended period of time, it's time to make a swift change. Find something you will enjoy doing while chasing your finish line. Number 3, you learn that you are bigger than your mind. I love speaking on this subject. It makes me realize that we are the ones in charge of our own destiny. Let's start with the regular day of a single person. The alarm wakes you up and your mind doesn't want you to get out of bed. If it was up to you, you would press that stop button and sleep for at least 2 more hours. You wake up against your will, you dress up and you go out on a cold morning. Then you walk or drive to a place you are not very happy to see, all grumpy and sleepy. Since the moment you woke up, you go against your mind. If it was up to your mind and what your mind wants, you would lay in bed all day and watch Netflix, right? And we are not wrong to assume that many people do this already. If you let your mind do the choosing for you, you would live a very boring and idle life. You going against your mind is where you find true happiness and fulfillment. Speaking to that man or woman you've been wanting to do for so long is even terrifying to think about doing, right? Just like it is asking for a raise. But once you do, you feel truly alive. Your whole body is tingling. You speak without thinking too much and you get in a state of flow. Listen to your mind when it speaks, because evolution has made it up there protected for a reason, right? But don't let it twist and turn your life. Number 4, you start to attract the right people. You've probably heard this from me at least 10 times, but here it comes again. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Getting on that new staircase or some personal upgrade in your life will demand of you to be surrounded with different people. Just imagine being promoted. Your assignment is to manage different sector or different group of people. Immediately, your task becomes more demanding, which is something you've never done before. In this case, you must adapt and become a new version of yourself. For example, a friend of mine that was the star kid in elementary school is now fighting battle with heavy drug addiction and insanity. I'm not telling you this to mock you. Simply, I'm telling you this because my journey took heavy turn to the left when I saw him consume all those drugs in high school. I spoke with him a dozen times, trying to convince him to stop, but he did it anyway. If I was with him through the entire time, I would either start consuming with him or I'm his father. Why else would I still hang around with him and share my personal time? The answer is simple: I wouldn't. Don't surround yourself with people who will make your life miserable up to the point of no recovery. When you get to the next level, you will attract the right people, and you will feel like your life is aligning with your personal and professional goals. Number 5, and this is really important, you stop caring what other people say or think about. Most of the time we obsess not what we think of ourselves, but what other people think of us. This is still prevalent in most people. They waste time and energy thinking about what other people say or think about them. However, we can blame evolution for some of it. We have evolved to belong in a group. After all, that's how we survived in those harsh conditions a long time ago. Fitting in and having the trust and respect of our peers are the measures of success. The need to belong is in our DNA, but we can't blame it all on evolution. If you obsess with what other people think or say about you most of your time, then it says a lot about you. This definitely means that you should question your confidence and faith in your own actions. Something as trivial as someone yelling at us on a traffic light can take our whole energy thinking about them, and this can cripple our entire day. If you have $86,400 every day and you lose $10, would you throw away the rest? Of course you wouldn't. You have 86,400 seconds every day. If someone makes you angry for 10 seconds, don't throw away the rest. It will take shift of perspective and time. But instead of dwelling on the life of all the people you see on social media, you will create the life of your dreams. We are the producers, the directors, and the protagonists of our own life. The hidden power we hold is in us at all times. No one says it's easy to take it out, but once we do, we will enjoy the fruits of our own creation. We are no longer slaves of the meaningless information that is thrown out there. We block the things that will do harm and welcome the things that make us grow. Gems, thank you so much for watching the entire video. I hope that you take that incredible power that you possess and use it to improve every sphere of your life. You would do me a huge honor by smashing that like button and subscribing on my YouTube channel. And don't forget to watch this video next because you're gonna love it.